Let's dive into the scene surrounding Meghan Markle's recent appearance at a Women in Leadership event in Abuja, Nigeria. Now, you'd think that a former royal, now a supposed advocate for women's empowerment, would nail this opportunity, right? Wrong. Her presence was marred by a series of missteps that left many questioning her awareness and sensitivity to the cultural context she was stepping into. First off, let's talk about punctuality. Meghan arrived nearly an hour late. That's right, an hour. When you're at an event that's all about leadership, showing up on time is an absolute must. It's a sign of respect for the organizers and the audience. But her tardiness sent a different message altogether. It screamed, "I don't care about your time." This isn't just a minor blunder. It's a glaring oversight that reflects poorly on her professionalism. And then there's the outfit. Meghan chose to wear a spaghetti strap dress that, let's face it, was more revealing than what's typically acceptable in conservative Muslim cultures. In Nigeria, modesty is key, and her choice of clothing did not show a shred of understanding or respect for local customs. This wasn't just a fashion faux pas, it was a blatant disregard for cultural nuances that are crucial in such contexts. Instead of being a champion for women, she inadvertently positioned herself as someone who doesn't care to understand the very audience she's addressing. Now, let's talk about the reception she received. When she stepped onto that stage, the applause was almost non-existent. You could hear a pin drop. In stark contrast, another speaker who followed her received an enthusiastic and genuine response from the audience. What did Meghan get? A few scattered claps, if you could even call it that. It felt orchestrated, almost like one of her hired supporters was trying to fill the void with excessive clapping to mask the lack of real enthusiasm. This is telling. It reveals a disconnect between how she sees herself and how others perceive her. Despite being introduced as a woman in leadership, Meghan's performance fell flat. Instead of providing insights or demonstrating expertise, she opted for personal stories about motherhood, Archie and Lilibet. Really? This is supposed to inspire women in leadership? Her anecdotes felt more like a self-serving narrative rather than any substantial contribution to the conversation. Let's be clear here, her lack of significant achievements or experience in leadership roles was glaringly obvious. Her participation felt more like a publicity stunt than a genuine effort to engage in meaningful dialogue around women's issues. It was as if she was more interested in keeping her name in the headlines than actually contributing to a discussion that matters. When she touched on the challenges of juggling motherhood and a career, it came across as insincere at best. Meghan lives a life of privilege, supported by staff and nannies. How can she genuinely relate to the struggles of working mothers who don't have that kind of backup? It felt disingenuous, highlighting just how out of touch she is with the realities that everyday women face. During the panel discussion, her contributions lacked depth. Instead of diving into meaningful economic insights or engaging with the topic of women in leadership, she kept reverting back to her personal experiences. This isn't what the attendees signed up for. They were looking for substance, not a celebrity's self-centered anecdotes. In a particularly cringeworthy moment, Meghan expressed gratitude to Nigerians for welcoming her to my country. It was a tone-deaf comment that felt disconnected. It's as if she was trying too hard to fit in without understanding the significance of genuinely connecting with the culture. Her attempts to acknowledge local fashion and express eagerness to integrate felt contrived. It was all about her image, not about forming real connections with the people she was supposed to inspire. And then there was the genealogy revelation. When Meghan discovered she was 43% Nigerian, her reaction was to call her mother. She called it eye-opening and humbling. But let's be real, this was a fleeting moment of connection. Instead of diving deeper into what being part of that culture truly means, it felt superficial. It was a brief flash of interest that lacked any real commitment to understanding her heritage. At the end of the day, Meghan's attendance at this event didn't inspire confidence or admiration. She offered little more than self-promotion and hollow platitudes. Her disconnect from reality, lack of cultural awareness, and superficial approach have left many feeling let down. People are beginning to doubt her appropriateness as a representative for women in leadership roles. This event should have been a moment for empowerment and meaningful dialogue, but instead, it turned into a showcase of everything that's wrong with her approach. If she expects to be taken seriously as a leader, she needs to step back, reflect, and truly engage with the community she wishes to represent. This is more than just a PR move. It's about authenticity and understanding the weight of the positions we hold. Leadership isn't a title. It's about respect, understanding, and the ability to connect with people on a meaningful level. Meghan Markle has a long way to go if she wants to reclaim that narrative. Let's hope she takes the necessary steps to align her actions with the values she claims to represent, or she risks being seen as just another celebrity playing dress-up in the world of leadership.